I never made a call to Diddy. I got Diddy's number. Just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what did you just say?
This is a tight one. And the winner is Eminem, the Eminem Show.
Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a beat, did he? Yep.
The new lawsuit come with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like.
That's right.
I had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence sitting there like, yeah. Spraying there, brushing I'm unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Come on, bro.
I'm not retaliating against Diddy. He can't touch me or my family. I helped connect those who were harmed with top attorneys and secured funding for their cases, which had been quietly building for years. I also made sure any business opportunities waiting for him disappeared. Accountability isn't based on one source. Records and first-hand accounts make the picture clear. He may hope for a comeback, but that chapter is closed.
They can hold you from the front and the back at the same time. What you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this is my kind of party. So comfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is good.
The reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you could catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STD.
I was never involved and never attended those events.
I didn't participate. I also didn't go to the parties.
Yeah.
But a lot of the celebrity culture, ain't saying anything is because they participate. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic.
Decades, hip-hop has thrived on big personalities and relentless competition. Few rivalries have lasted as long as the tension between 50 Cent and Diddy. What began as subtle friction gradually evolved into nearly 2 decades of public conflict, with 50 Cent often reigniting attention. Recently, his remarks have taken a more serious tone, suggesting he has personal knowledge of what allegedly happened behind closed doors at Diddy's exclusive events. Involving other prominent industry figures, the roots of the rivalry trace back to the early 2000s, when 50 Cent was rebuilding his career after a near-fatal attack and writing material anonymously. For others, one contribution was reportedly performed by Diddy on Let's Get It by G-Dep, creating a subtle professional crossover that placed them in overlapping circles, without forming an alliance. From that uneasy connection, tension quietly intensified over the years, eventually erupting into the ongoing public dispute.
Living after being shot 9 times.
I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility.
That's it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
He was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it?
Yeah.
Who would want to shoot you?
Why were you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
That's my past.
It was a drug thing?
No,
like a business thing?
Karma.
Karma?
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, he was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to f somebody up? What kind of shit is it? That's crazy.
What is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, because you're not actually an environmental involved.
Just explain it to me. We'll see if we can follow it. What happened? What had you?
It's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
No, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
No way. Going back and forth. Like a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you.
No, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
Actually robbed him. And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know of this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face? Like, I mean...
Probably... I don't know how to describe that outside of...
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really like, because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point? When you can take 9 bullets, do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Well, you know, it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not... I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle, dude. Did you think you were like Jesus had like saved you or something? Like, did you have a
Where were all these bullets?
Oh, yeah, you have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where were all these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who shot you?
Everything's important, Robin. Everything's important.
50. How lame is this
guy? You in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right. Oh yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas.
Medically.
But it's amazing his face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face, right?
I got the little dimple.
Early 2000s. 50 Cent had emerged as one of hip-hop's boldest voices, known for speaking his mind and calling out others in the industry. Diddy quickly became a frequent target. This wasn't just standard rivalry. Beneath the surface lay persistent doubt that 50 Cent never let fade. Through interviews, social media, and even TV projects, he consistently kept the conversation alive, sometimes framed as jokes, other times serious. His remarks questioned Diddy's behavior, challenged the public image, and highlighted what he saw as inconsistencies behind the scenes.
And it's like all of the problems are coming from the ministers touching the voice. What you mean? The laws are the way they are because because of the priests. The priests touching little boys.
Oh. Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church. I have nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allow me to go that far back.
Turn away from you, man. Why does a Catholic kid? Why? You've been diddled. No. What's the body of Christ take? It's not religious. You can't do that.
He's like, yo, drink my blood.
So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That is foul.
Well, with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only. Everybody else is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing? Everybody else is scared. I don't know what it is. I'm just asking.
They're scared.
But if they're scared, then that's what I'm saying.
Insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying, people gonna come for him a little bit.
No, he would do funny, funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
And so he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me. It's them.
It's them. And then when them says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there,
let's go.
Yeah.
That's what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
That's what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh, okay. So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side, and it's not like you're gonna go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
Oh, this deal, and you go, he said that to you, like,
wow.
Like they'll speak to your temperament, like say, you know, if 50's a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're he's basically trying to scare people out of the other issue.
50 Cent later announced a full documentary series focused on Diddy and the growing list of allegations, signaling this was a planned, carefully organized project rather than an online reaction. By May, he had reportedly secured a Netflix distribution deal, giving the series global reach and the potential to draw significant attention far beyond headlines. and speculation.
Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docuseries about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? You've been having on social media talking about it.
I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the parts.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity cultures don't say anything because they participated.
So was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not real life with you. Like all the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that kind of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, PPD said he paid him to go to a pop.
Yeah.
So, like, with the craziest accusations, you had TMZ created a docuseries, they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out. I mean, which is it's pretty major, kind of some way draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of people, of artists that are required to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own for years. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way according to them. And if I didn't have a woman director on it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they were questioning it.
Let me ask you this, do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing a freak off, but do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all that shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why do you believe she knew about Freakos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did.
That's from the Diddy Freak Off party. And I'm gonna say alleged.
So let me ask you this. You know her again. You know her person. Is she the kind of person that, will be a part of the Freak Off party?
I think that she likes to party, because she party with young people. She's always been like that.
But to get back to this lawsuit, right? Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he will broke his genitals and he will broke his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now, because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing it. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had. So you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had. But how did he grope your anus? Your asshole. How did he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think you were just trying to save face, man.
But do you think there's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You gonna say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your 2 cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that's ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, you feel like he had a relationship with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy or whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not feeling right, something is wrong. What did you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say, we woke up with all my clothes. He said, we woke up butt the F naked.
Rapper 50 Cent announced that he will serve as executive producer on a documentary series examining the assault allegations against Diddy, as well as the trafficking and racketeering charges he currently faces. The series is expected to premiere on Netflix, though no official release date has been announced.
I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I'm going to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up with a temporary feeling of relief.
The situation continues to develop, with 50 Cent asserting that documented evidence will eventually emerge, while the most serious accusations against Diddy were not upheld at trial. He was convicted on lesser charges related to unlawful transportation for 50 Cent. This marked a turning point. He argued that the verdict underscored inconsistencies between Diddy's carefully managed public image and reality. What many saw as ongoing provocation, he now frames as a long-standing, evidence-driven effort to raise awareness.
Was turning straight man gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project? Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Jam, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide ring?
You mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, I mean, some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that? As far as, let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale, Is it evidence? Is it just like what is the mentality behind having
if you can own
visual memory?
Their vulnerability, if you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, oh, man, I don't want to watch porn, I just want to watch us. See, that's the lie.
That's the line.
Would you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. You so. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See, make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, ooh, the object. Meanwhile, this is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such as contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. He was literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously, like. But the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been shitting these.
In the aftermath only strengthened 50 Cent's momentum. Once court records and official findings became public, it was harder to dismiss his warnings as empty talk. In hip-hop, perception and credibility matter, and his actions have always been calculated. By tying the legal scrutiny around Diddy to a Netflix documentary, he ensures the story extends beyond fleeting headlines. His Instagram commentary keeps public attention engaged, while references to unnamed figures maintain pressure without crossing legal or ethical boundaries. In the industry, silence often signals caution, self-preservation, or unease, but 50 Cent operates differently. With a career spanning music, film, television, and business, he isn't reliant on approval or protection. That independence allows him to shape the narrative, challenge entrenched stories, and push an industry-wide reckoning others may.
Nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. It was so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink. I need you to remember. I need you to remember this.
The foundation.
I jump around.
Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
That's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because
it's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
You can front and back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards. Or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. So Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I spent $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French? French was right there. Right? Why you so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm so scared.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this. They see this. Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could. No.
50 Cent. This isn't about retaliation or spectacle, it's about accountability. He expects Diddy to answer for his actions and is prepared to maintain pressure from every angle. His approach combines public commentary, long-form storytelling through a documentary, and hints that more truths may surface all while staying within legal bounds. The message is deliberate and consistent. This is a sustained effort to keep attention focused, questions alive, and responsibility. The long-standing tension between 50 Cent and Diddy has evolved from decades of jokes and barbs into serious territory. 50 Cent now claims insight into how certain public figures were affected after attending Diddy's private events and signals his intent to reveal those details. What once seemed like a personal rivalry has become a high-stakes public confrontation, amplified by the upcoming Netflix-backed documentary. The focus is no longer entertainment or provocation, it's exposure, scrutiny, and control of the narrative. With reputations and legacies on the line, the spotlight grows sharper and the pressure shows no signs of easing.